Susan, it's Michelle. I usually send these little kind of proposals and then I make a little recording to kind of give you a little more information. It seems a little simpler than trying to do everything on the phone. Sometimes that's not easy for people who are in child development centers like you who may be short staffed and that kind of thing. So I've gotten pretty used to just communicating efficiently this way, hoping that it gives you enough of an idea to go on to see if I've understood you correctly about what you want. And so please don't hesitate to say if there's something else that I missed or that you want that I didn't address here. But after our conversation, I kind of got excited, to be honest, because I thought of this as like a little mini conference for the day for these child development professionals that you employ. And I thought about how these young teachers, as we both feel that we got some amazing experiences at these conferences that we want them to have. So I will say you inspired me. Anyway, I went to Kim Perogue, who owns Side by Side Studio, and I'm going to open up the link so you can see it. So let me just scroll down. So you can see they have all kinds of, they have a school, a nature school, they have artwork, they have summer camps. You can read more about their work. I'm going to see if I can just show you anything. Yeah, here we go. So you can go in there and see all the different things. She has a bus that she goes out in the community and does artwork with all around the community. You can see it right there. Anyway, you can explore that website, and hopefully that will give you an idea of what she can do, because she's pretty amazing. Sorry about that. I want to go back to the document. So she said that she would donate the space for the day. She wouldn't charge for using this space. And I had this idea that I remember when I would go to training conferences, one of the things I loved was when we got to go visit sites. And I learned so much and took so much in from that. And her site is like you couldn't get any better for showing best practice in early childhood. It's just, I have my students at U of L do their practicums there and do their observations there at least once because it's so good. And they always come back and say, oh my goodness, wow, I learned so much just from being in that space. So it's a house with yards in the front and the back. It has tables we can eat at and all of that. So it has all the things we would need, but it also is just a space that really shows a lot just from being in it. And I could actually do a lot of overview training using the space as the demonstration of some things. So I would really love to do that if you're open to having your people come there. There's easy parking and things like that because it's in a residential area on Frankfurt Avenue. It is going to be a little drive, I think, for your people, but honestly, it will be worth it. So worth it. Anyway, just so that's my little plug there. But if we can't do it there, that's okay. I'm happy to, of course, Kim will come out to you. So that was my little, intro as far as the space goes. And I've noted here that we would want to get 6 credit hours for your faculty members. And I'll need to submit it to Tris by 20th of April. So, just so we both have a timeline of trying to just decide if this is going to work for us. Both Kim and Sarah and myself, all of us, but both Kim and Sarah in particular, can do the 20th of May. So that's good. If it doesn't work for you guys, we can pick another day in the summer. That's fine. They both said that would be fine. So I have titled the training Making and Doing Early Childhood is a Verb, because I really heard you about this being an active session. So I've put there the things they need to bring to the training so that they know they're going to be doing things all day. Um, and here's a little agenda I put together that we would start with the sign in and overview and all of that. And then I would do this really fun concentric circles group activity, which is great. I use it every training and everybody always loves it. It's a lot of fun. And then we would go on to me kind of doing an introduction with some simple things for them to do to try to prepare them um, for thinking about how music, story, song, and all of that are connected. And Sarah Buchanan McLean is the composer and early childhood teacher that I have worked with for over, gosh, almost 30 years now. And I'm going to see if I can minimize this. Yes. And then you can see in YouTube, she has with her friend, our friend Beatrice. Um, Beatrice and Sarah made many, many recordings for young children with story and song that then I took and made workshops out of and did stuff with teachers around. And so we can do a lot with that and even do some instrument making. But I thought you might want to go in and listen to some of their stuff. Unfortunately, Beatrice passed away during COVID. And actually, Sarah had a stroke, but she's doing well now. The piano brought her back to being able to do this work again. So it's kind of a miracle, and I'm really happy for her to be with us. She has been teaching young children piano for a long time, but also does composition work with children, and she has files and files of songs that she's written with little children. And then she uses those in her lessons with children. It's pretty amazing, actually. So she will be an incredible resource for your teachers. Then I will follow up Sarah because she will get tired for sure. And I don't want her to be overtaxed that day, but she's really excited about doing this. I will do an overview about sound making, music, and story, and probably do an actual story activity where they use music and sound to create something they could take back to the classroom and do. And then I'm suggesting that you make this a, quote, working lunch where they're able to view a film and we can talk about it, but this will get them out of there and, by 3:00. And also, if we make it a working lunch, then they will let us count it for Tris. And I have this great Reggio film called Shadows, which I'm going to try to send you a link to. The whole film is not available, but I think there's some trailers for it. And then in the afternoon, we would take some time with Kim to do some art making things that she does with loose parts, and she's got so much to offer. I'm going to let her decide which thing she's going to do. And then we will close out with overview and reflection. And then I have a closeout form that I use that asks them to ask questions, and that I give those to you so that you know what maybe they might want to follow up with in the future, or just in general how they respond. So then I will go back and during each of the sessions with Kim and Sarah, and of course me, there's time built into those for questions and answers. For costs, I had mentioned to you $500 as the top dollar, but this would be a little bit more than that because I would need to do a materials fee if we do it at side by side. Or if you want to waive the fee and I can give you a list of things you can bring. That's fine. I'm really hoping you'll be excited by the idea of doing this at another site and giving them the experience of seeing another space that does early childhood. But I understand if it's not possible. So I have paid each of us $200. And so that does make the cost a little bit more than $500. So if you need to stay at $500, I can work that out. I will pay Sarah and Kim And what I do is once I've entered your TRIS credit, then I will send you documentation of that. And then also send you my invoice and W-9. If you want to have your bookkeeper send me that, I'll have that all ready for you with the invoice. And I don't do that until I get the TRIS credit entered. I just feel more comfortable with that. So if that's okay with you, it's fine with me. And hopefully this little video gives you an idea of what we could do that day. And just let me know any changes, anything at all you want to do. Just let me know.